Hey, what's going on, guys? Paperback Boy here. So the debate of the decade just dropped, baby. The most anticipated event of our entire lifetimes. The new patch, that's right, boys. The new update to the game of Hasan versus Ethan Klein, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need. We need more of this, boys. Another freaking debate for the decade. Holy cow. There is no way that this is how this went. So let's get into it. I cannot wait to show you guys this. This is crazy.
And as we left because we were no longer safe.
Okay.
Explain to me.
I can't wait to bring up, obviously, on the broadcast to make you fucking look like a dumbass.
I can't wait to. And now explain what he means by that. We did not leave Iraq because we were Zionists. We left because we were no longer safe.
Iraqis are not Palestinian. You fucking moron. You racist piece of shit.
What?
Because Iraq and the Pan-Arabic nationalist movements.
No, dude, the absolute freaking crash out. Oh my God. I watched this entire debate from beginning to end. So you can trust me whenever I say that Hasan would have done better if he stopped avoiding the truth so much. If he just admitted to the truth and then went on with his point, it would have been better. This was him trying to declare that the Jews fleeing for Israel was of their own volition because they were a part of the Zionist movement, whenever it's a known fact that they fled Israel because the laws changed in the Arab countries to force them out. Absolutely insane take. But as you can see, he absolutely crashes out because he cannot conflate two truths at the same time. That is the issue. Both plights are terrible, and both plights deserve respect and care for there to be a resolution to this issue. But we're not getting into that, boys. This is not a politics channel. This is a drama channel, baby. So let's get into it. Holy cow!
That arise out of
you are out of your mind.
Is not about Palestinians.
Okay, so what did the Jews in Iraq have to do with fucking Israel? You bigot! You are so out of your mind.
And then Iraqis.
Dude, you screaming and grandstanding doesn't mean you're right.
Iraqi government.
Oh my God, dude, the absolute freaking crash out. Holy cow. This feels more like a freaking one-on-one bout than a debate. Oh my goodness, dude, this was crazy. I also watched both Hasan stream and Asmongold's and Ethan Klein's, and I can tell you that there are different perspectives from all of them.
Racism during the Pan-Arabic nationalist movements as a vindication for why, or a comparison as to why Israel had to do the Nakba.
Oh my goodness. So the Nakba by Israel was a terrible event, right? And just acknowledging the fact that the Jews had a plight that that whenever they fled from the Arab countries does not disregard the fact that the Nakba was a terrible event. Okay, there are two truths at the exact same time. That is the issue. Ethan Klein doing a very good job of remaining on point here, and I think Hasan was kind of gaslighty throughout this entire thing. But these boys used to be friends, and now they're absolutely crashing out. But two left liberals. I love it. This is drama, baby. This is the drama channel. Holy crap!
Fucking racist piece of shit.
Thanks, Hasan.
Do you think Iraq? Do you think all Arabs have one fucking mind?
Why
is that what you think?
You racist piece of shit. This dissolved into name calling like nobody's business. As you can hear, there was bigot, racist, piece of crap, all thrown into one strew. Oh, dude, the crash out of the freaking decade. The most anticipated debate of all time turned into the biggest crash out of all time. I'm talking there was probably 400,000 viewers live across all platforms. Like, holy freaking crap.
Iraqi Jews leaving Iraq in fear.
Of course there were Iraqi Jews that left Iraq in fear. I've never said that there were no
Answer
Iraqi
the question.
Jews that left
You want to
Iraq
call
in
me
fear.
racist? Why were Iraqi Jews leaving to go to Israel?
Because you're a fucking moron.
That's why they left. They left because I'm a fucking moron.
That Arabs are not
Hasan, you coward.
Oh, dude, that's why they left. They left because I'm a fucking moron. Holy crap, dude. That is crazy. That is the most ridiculous. Like, I get that Hasan gets heated, and but Ethan Klein, dude, managing this like a boss. This was ridiculous. Oh my goodness. There's some bad takes on both sides. I've seen a lot of people calling out Ethan Klein's Tourette, saying that he was like, it looked like he was on crack. Brother, he has Tourette's. It is very clear that he's of a sound mind. It is his body that is acting up. Like, oh my goodness, dude, people can be really kind of ridiculous sometimes, and that's from the sensitive crowd, quote unquote, quote, sensitive crowd. If you agree with my values, Hasan's viewership, like, okay.
There were numerous pan-Arabic nationalist
Answer the question. You're going to call me racist, but you won't answer. Why did the Iraqi Jews leave Iraq?
There were numerous
because of anti-Semitism. They hated Jewish people that had nothing to do with Israel. They were forced to leave. They were chased out. They lived there for thousands.
You guys hear the disregard? That's what I'm talking about. Whenever Hasan just says, shut the F up, dude, shut the F up. That makes him look like he's anti-Semitic. It really does. Dude, I don't like either of these motherfuckers, okay? I don't agree with either of their opinions. I don't freaking care. But if you make yourself out to look like an anti-Semite, dude, you're the problem, okay? You are an issue. That is some very insane behavior to disregard a plight that is very based in fact, okay? It's ridiculous.
Jewish people, yes, everyone
homes that they were forced
and
abandoned to go to Israel because it was the only fucking place they could. Why would Iraqis hate the Jews living there if they had nothing to do with Zionists or Israel? Why?
Because settler colonialism
that has nothing to do with them, you absolute fucking dumbass. Didn't leave
because of settling colonialism. Holy cow, dude, the freaking mental gymnastics to justify your position is insane. Oh my goodness. And even the Twitch staff was in Hasan's chat glazing him up the entire time. Like, oh my goodness, dude, this is one of the most corrupt things I've seen in a while. Talk about, being biased. Like, oh my goodness, dude, this is crazy. And watching from Hasan's perspective was completely different than watching from Ethan's, okay? Whenever Hasan was talking over Ethan's on his stream, you couldn't hear Ethan at all. And on Ethan's, you could actually hear it, and he was making good points. And this is coming from somebody that hates both of these people. When Asmongold shows more humanity than leftist, further proving my point that they were calling out Ethan's Tourette's in Hasan's chat. With Ethan has Tourette's, which is why causing his movements. Be nice about it. And then Asmongold down here with the stolen valor. It wasn't me displaying humanity. It was my mods. And then Asmongold's winner of the instant classic Ethan and Hasan debate. Ethan Klein, you're definitely going to have some people defending Hasan. Always what's going to happen. Overall, I think Ethan did come out on top. It looked better.
In a lot of cases. And I think that's the way a lot of people see it. So I think in this debate, you're definitely going to have some people defending Hasan, and I think that's always what's going to happen because they just think that they're effectively on the right side of history. Pow Pow My Pants, thank you for 50 gifted subs.
You can be on the right side of history and still be wrong. You can have a bad perspective and a bad opinion. It does not make you, it does not make you like literally immune to criticism. Okay, guys, it does not mean that you are immune to criticism.
But I think that overall, I think Ethan did come out on top with this debate, and I think that he did look better. And I think that especially with like a lot of the clips and the things that Hasan ended up saying, like, for example, I mean, Hasan basically said that it's acceptable and okay to target innocent civilian ships and then take those civilians hostage, and it's a means of negotiation or some type of pressure.
Yeah, even though they're not related to Israel at all, because the ship had one Israeli businessman that was related to it. It's okay to not only commandeer the ship, but kidnap the freaking workers. Like, oh my goodness.
Sure. Now, in my opinion, I mean, you're basically endorsing a terrorist organization at that point. I mean, this is terrorism. I mean, if you look at the definition of it, that is terrorism. And so
it really is, boys. That is terrorism. I'm sorry to say, it is terrorism by definition. You can argue the morality of it all you want, but whenever you are kidnapping people, you are a terrorist. Problem solved right there. End of debate. No freaking questions asked. That's what it is.
What's going to happen with that? Should Hasan be banned for that? I think that if you make a liberal reading of the TOS, it's undeniable that that would be the case.
Yep. Oh, that's what's rough, too. That's what's rough. Anyways, further proving who won the debate, we've got Ethan at 74%, Hasan at 6.5, and neither at 19.2. And then on Asmongold's chat, results post-debate, who won the debate? Ethan 90% and Hasan at 10. If you want to know the numbers of the freaking streams, Hasan got up to 120,000 live freaking viewers. Ethan Klein got up to 100,000, and Asmongold, I believe, got up to 100,000 or 80,000. So at the bare minimum, Ethan Klein and Asmongold combined 180,000, Hasan 120. It's very clear who was the most watched here. Ethan is not on Twitch that I know of, so he's only on the YouTube streams. That I know of, boys. Don't shoot the messenger. But anyways, guys, I'm really taking myself out on a limb here, so make sure you like the video. The last Hasan video that I made that made him look bad in any kind of light, even though I hate both of these people, is I got absolutely brigaded with dislikes and was forced to take the video down. So like this video to make sure to offset the Hasan brigade, okay, boys? But that's it for me. Also, we're approaching 1K. We're at 995 subscribers. This channel is one of the fastest growing new channels on YouTube, in the top 1%. So if you want to be a part of this journey, you like and you subscribe, boys. But that's it for me. Paper or plastic, baby. Paper being good, plastic being bad. I'm going with paper, baby. This is a paper debate. This was a good debate, even though it dissolved into name calling and a whole bunch of other bullcrap. It pulled both of these people out of their echo chambers and into a place with discourse. And that's what we need, the discourse of ideas to reach the truth, baby. And the truth will shine and public opinion will decide who's the winner. That's what I'm talking about. All right, boys, but that's it for me. GG's, peace.